Okay, welcome back. Let me put this way. Let's say we all go to electric vehicles. Who is paying for all this for all the energy to be able to have all these charged at any given time? Now, I talked with someone one time who has an EV. He said it didn't take that long really to charge, but you just keep it plugged in all the time, just in case. Batteries of golf carts don't last forever. The bigger the vehicle, the bigger the battery, especially if that is the only mode of powering these things. So, and some of your local power companies might even have incentives to get you to have an EV vehicle. Not only do you have to pay the price of the car, which is a whole lot more than a regular new car, and ever since 2020, prices of cars in general, even used, is more than they have ever been. More than they have ever been. And yet these Democrats are pushing this stuff even more and more on us. For these overly expensive cars, that's not even including the electrical socket you have to buy that can be anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000 for your home. And wherever you're going, wherever you're working, you better hope that they have something that you can plug your car into. Right now, for the most part, most vehicles are gas powered. And despite what they want you to think, the combustible engine is really the most ingenious thing ever made. It really is. Despite how they want to tear down our real progress, in my mind. But let's say you have a strip mall that isn't half empty. Let's say all the businesses are there, all the small businesses, the Subways, the bookstores, the whatever, deli shops, pizza shop, whatever, and they're in there. Well, you drive there to go get food or to go shop or something, and you're in an EV vehicle, so you have driven it maybe 15-20 minutes to get there, and you need to plug in. So a whole parking lot needs something to be able to this material in these charging stations in every parking spot. So you're going to have to go in and get into a spot and plug your car up while you go inside and get groceries or books, or maybe not books, but so my son is still liking handheld books. Just keeping our eyes in our phone and something digital is really not good for your eyesight. Or that Subway, who's already, their meals and their sandwiches are way overpriced. You can no longer get a $3 or $4 lunch or even a $5 lunch anymore from fast food. Those days are gone, people. 60, 70, 80 cent tacos are gone. 65-cent cheeseburgers from McDonald's and Burger King and everywhere else, gone. The worth of your dollar is the least it's ever been. Thanks to these people, thanks to this administration. And the Obama administrations didn't help either. This is 3.0. Or as some people like to say, Obama 2.0. So you go to a strip mall, you have your EV vehicle, you plug in. Who is paying for that? The people that own the strip mall. How do the strip mall people get the money to be able to pay to not only add all these charging stations, but also to be able to pay the electric company the money to be able to allow you to charge for free while you're parked in their parking lot? Or we might start seeing parking lots where they charge you to park from now on. no matter where you are. But the other point is they're also going to say, okay, all my units, all their rent is going to go up because I need the money to be able to pay for all these people to use this energy in all these charging stations to charge their cars while they're parked and going into my units. So you're going to see Subway go up even more. Those pizza places go up even more, etc., etc. Prices are going to go up even more. And you think they're bad now. I don't know if the Democrats understand this, despite how this is trickle up, despite how in the 90s they did not like Reaganomics and constantly was telling us there's no such thing as trickle down. Oh, yes, there is. And Reagan knew that. And we got to ride the coattails of Reaganomics until about the second or third year of Clinton, and it just wasn't fun anymore. And we started seeing all sorts of prices go up in NASCAR and sponsors and sponsorships, and candy was no longer 45, 50 cents a bar anymore. Yeah, I'm that old. And I still feel like I'm 18 and I'm 50, So I don't think if you're younger than 30 or 40, you got to understand where we're coming from. You got to understand this is not normal. You got to understand how bad inflation is and how it's affecting us, as well as the Democrats' policies and how they're wanting to usher in more higher cost for everything. The higher the cost, the bigger the tax. So the more tax they get in for these higher costs of everything. And think of all the taxes they're going to get from high-end items like, I don't know, the EV vehicle itself. What's the 10% tax or 15% tax? What's the tax in your area? Think about a $50,000 plus vehicle, and the taxes on that, they're going to get that too. These people are power hungry. These people are greedy. And if they are forcing us not to be self-sufficient, from farms to energy to everything else. And Trump actually had us on that route, on that road. Things were coming down. In seeing almost the gas prices go up like that, after Biden's just strike of a pen on his first day as president, killing off all the pipelines, and then even just recently in our reserves, what is this man doing? He is a complete idiot. Some people think he's a bumbling fool. I'm beginning to think a little on the lines of Tim Pool. While he is old and doddering and falling down all the time and kind of stuttering. Oh, I've always had a stutter. No, we have videos of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. You never stuttered. You're just old, dude. You are too old for this position. I think he's acting like a godfather. He got into politics back in 71, 72, 73, was, on the board or council of the Newcastle County for a few years. He had his taste of politics, and he's never been out of it ever since, just about. This man is swampier than the swamp. So, and these people, and now he's finally got the position his dream job he's always wanted. He rode on the coattails of Obama, of all things, for 2 years, and started all this mess that's finally coming out. I'm just really ticked how hate would drive this man who stayed in his basement, Sleepy Joe. Like I said, I think he's acting like a godfather. Think about what we're learning about this man. If you are following conservative media, if you're following people with an actual thought, using logical processes in their head, as well as critical thinking, and saying, whoa, what have we got ourselves into? What is this family doing? And it's been very scary. And this is just one man. This is just one political family, one political swampy character. What about the rest of them? What about the rest of them? But at the same time, it's like I said, I really think Biden is this a godfather kind of personality. And he is constantly trying to gaslight the media for years. Well, what about your son? What about your son? I had no idea what he did. I keep out of his business. I just talked about the weather. Over and over and over again. And when certain people of his, are being questioned, they really look like they have the look of death in their eyes, like they're sweating. They're like, oh gosh, they're getting too close to the truth. Because we know. Why am I suddenly bothered about all this? Because it's affecting every single one of us. And when we see the gas is up again, it went up 50 cents in just about 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, it was just under $3. Today, it's like $3.50. Today and yesterday, I had to go get gas yesterday, and it was like $3.49 everywhere. Most places, a lot of the gas stations, are competitive. Oh, a penny off here, 2 pennies off here, 4 pennies off there, 5 pennies off there. No, I've never seen going down the street, Exxon, Shell, Mobil, Murphy, whatever, all $3.49, $3.49, $3.49, and I'm like, everybody is $3.49, plus some mills. And I'm thinking, this is weird. I've never seen, not only have we seen a 50-cent jump in about 3 weeks, but the gas stations all have the exact same price. I have never, ever seen this in a very, very long time. I find that very weird. I find that very interesting. If they decide to make gas stations or those companies more into sort of, what we used to call big oil way back in the day too, all one company, not various companies, not companies competing for themselves, trying to, play around with the cost to try to pull you in to their gas station and buy snacks and drinks and whatever. And where every place is the exact same amount. There's no competition there. I don't know. Something feels off. Something just feels off. And it all started with the executive writing, that signature of his, the first day, what was it? January 21st, January 22nd of 2021. When he signed and killed off the pipelines. And then we were actually seeing, and maybe they're still out on YouTube, grown men crying because they lost their jobs. There was no, let's just phase this out. No, it was cut off. You're gone. Your job is gone. This company is out of here. It's gone. So, unfortunately, all we have is Trump. He has the charisma. He seems to have the energy, despite his age. A lot more. He can stand on his feet better than Biden. I mean, when he just walks down a little platform, the media had a tizzy. Just because he walked slowly down a platform when he was president. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, Biden is falling off bicycles, falling upstairs over and over and over again, falling over things where, oh my gosh, why did somebody leave that bag of sand there? Oh my gosh. He's just Joe. I mean, this is Obama's 2 terms all over again. Because even back then, Joe Biden would say stupid stuff. And what would happen? Obama would come behind and go, oh, that's just good old Joe. Oh, that's just Joe. And now that man who barely campaigned at all as president just because everybody wanted to, 81 million votes. 81 million votes. Really? And Trump got more votes in 2020 than he did in 2016 and still lost? That still resonates with me to this day. Things to think about. We are 3 years into this, and nothing is better. Nothing has been built, and the economy is not back.